Good evening and welcome to the Bitter Knitters podcast. It is Monday, June 18th, 2018. My name is Jacqueline. Arthur's here.
Hey.
Ryan's here.
Hey, bitch.
How you guys doing? How was, the big weekend, Father's Day weekend? I know you guys didn't really do anything, right?
I don't give a fuck about Father's Day.
Like, literally, father, bitch.
We went to dinner.
Mm-hmm.
We took my stepfather out to dinner. And, oh my God, we went to the Mandarin, which is an all-you-can-eat Chinese buffet. Let me tell you, that kid's at the next table, running around in circles, bumping into Scott, running around, spilling shit. I was, so angry. And Byron's like, you want me to say something? I will. I'm like, it's Father's Day. I don't really want to be that kind of person.
Always be that kind of person.
Oh, no, I don't. It's
that.
Jesus Christ.
No.
Control your kids. When my kids were little and I took them out in places, they knew they had to behave or we left. And they were always good in restaurants.
Well, that's it, though, right? I'm sorry. If you don't want to fucking keep your kids in line, I will. I got no beef with fucking yelling at your precious little asshole.
Oh, just ridiculous. And I get, it's a different kind of restaurant, maybe, because people are getting up and walking around. So maybe the kids got... But you tell your kids, sit the fuck down.
Oh, yeah.
So annoying.
I mean, you've paid to be there. You know what I mean? You paid to not have little assholes, pester you while you're fucking eating.
And I was so jealous because I kept walking by this one room that was just so chill. It seemed like it wasn't even that crowded. I'm like, I want to be in that room.
Yeah, you got to pay more for that room.
I would have paid more for that room. I have no problem paying more.
No, that's the illegal gambling room they have.
Yeah. And then I went to Montreal. Let's tell the story. My sister, Arthur's mother, was going to be in a town called Drummondville. Yeah, allegedly. Drummondville in Quebec. I'm about an hour away from Montreal. So I'm like, let's go meet her. We'll spend the night. We'll be able to visit with her. And then we'll go over to Montreal and spend the day. Let me tell you, these people ruin my plans. They absolutely ruined my plan. And I blame your sister and Auntie Patty. Sister Patty, if you're listening. They were not fast. We had to do stuff. We had to go to the liquor store. We had to go to get some stuff. And it just took forever. And by the time we got sorted, it was too late to go. And so now I'm going to go to Montreal with my husband and possibly my children if they're not assholes. And I will go by myself.
Yeah, Montreal's fun. I've always enjoyed it.
I didn't want to be there for 3 days. I just wanted to go look at the Notre Dame and walk around the the square.
It's old. That's what I appreciate about Montreal.
I like that stuff.
It's really fucking old. It has the feel of an old European country. It's really nice.
It's as old as Jacqueline, really.
Yeah.
Close.
But you should have just ditched them. Fuck that shit.
I want to see my sister. I don't get to see her.
Fuck it.
So I mean,
okay, this is really what happened because I was recording this whole thing like a voyeur. Jacqueline was just trying to meet up with her lesbian lover in Montreal, Celine, as we all know. And she's just mad that she didn't fucking see Celine and that Celine did not eat her out.
Totally. Ryan nailed it. No. Sister Patty says that's why she didn't want to go to Montreal.
No,
but let me tell you, this town of Drummondville was really pretty. It was nice, but it smelled like shit. They sprayed some pig manure down or something that when we got there. Oh my God, everywhere smelled like poop. It was crazy. It was crazy. Went to the pool and we're like, it smells like poo in here too. And then we saw the windows were all open. We're like, geez, Louise.
Oh, I mean, they are French.
Oh my God, I just got that.
In all honesty, again, I don't understand why you waited for them. I don't give a fuck. If I'm with you elsewhere in the world, if you're holding me up from doing something I want, then catch up.
Well, I have warned Sister Patty because I mentioned that I was I'm really thinking about in December or January going to Iceland because I want to see the Northern Lights. I've had some health issues and I'm not putting shit on delay anymore. So I'm going to go to Iceland December or January. And so Sister Patty's like, oh, I want to come too. And I'm like, whatever. And then my mom's like, I want to come too. And I'm like, look, I'm going to be a Nazi about this. When I'm on vacation, I'm on a schedule normally. The things I want to do, I do. So just be prepared, Sister Patty. I will be a psycho.
Well, again, you're paying money to go do something you want to do.
Well, there's only going to be so much daytime, right?
Well, it depends on when you go.
December or January is going to be, there's only so much daytime. Shorter days. right? So if I want to see things that I have to see in daytime, I have to, it's got to be scheduled.
Oh, anything you want to see. Like if you want to do their Golden Circle, everything's lit up because winter tourism's fucking huge there. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You don't have to worry about any of that shit, like worrying about your time. But I mean, there is an itinerary. You know what I mean? Like when you are traveling, like you do have to, like you're saying, you have to set out what you're fucking doing when you're leaving, and you stick to that shit, hell or high water. I don't give a fuck if you haven't showered. That's on you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't care. You didn't get your breakfast? Oh, well, suck a dick. You should have woken up earlier.
But I won't be eating Icelandic ponies like you were mentioning today to your friend. I saw that showed up on my Facebook timeline. I'm not eating ponies. I'm probably just going to eat bread. Do they have like a McDonald's there with like French fries?
I did not see a single McDonald's while I was there.
Oh my gosh. Do they have French fries there?
I don't remember. It's hot dogs. Hot dogs everywhere. They love fucking hot dogs.
Are they made with ponies or cod or herring or something?
Possibly. Look, another thing. Don't fucking shun their fucking cooking until you try it. Horse meat was delicious. It was great.
I'm sure it's nice. There's just certain animals I don't want to eat, and I'm not going to.
I mean, you can pay the fucking like $48 fucking for a piece of beef if you want.
Don't think I won't, Arthur. Don't think I won't.
Horse meat is just it's more readily available for them. So, But no, you'll be fine. Everything's, you know what I mean. They're a modern European country. You don't want to eat the local shit. You don't have to. You don't have to eat whale and stuff. Like I searched it out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not going to a place where they, like, hey, we serve dog steak, and I'm like, no, fuck that. No, I'm eating dog steak. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
I tried food that I hadn't tried in a long time to see if I liked it this weekend. I tried coleslaw, and I still don't like it. It still tastes disgusting.
No, coleslaw's great.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like I thought your palate was supposed to become more refined as you get older, like not shittier. Like
no,
you're
I don't
refusing
like
coleslaw
anything.
and horse meat. Like horse meat's delicious.
Well, I mean, in a zombie apocalypse, I would eat horse meat, but right now, I don't need to. So
in a zombie apocalypse, we'd be dead.
If I could buy it, I'd buy it tomorrow. Like,
you can buy it in Quebec.
Oh yeah, well, I guess I gotta go for a little drive. But like, we're talking right now about possibly going to Morocco.
Oh, cool.
And I'm dead set on fucking eating a goddamn camel. Like, I am dead set on
Do they eat camel?
I know the Berbers do. So I gotta go out to the desert and get hooked up with the fucking Berbers, and I'm eating a motherfucking camel.
Would you eat like the fat hump? Like what part do you eat? I don't even know.
Well, the same as you would a deer, cow, anything, like the legs, back strips.
Loins.
The hump is, as far as I know, is just pure water, isn't it? Right? Dromedary.
It's fat.
So no, you don't eat the fat, but yeah. Oh no, I imagine like desert people, camels got to be like their fucking weird thing, but I'm doing it. Even if I gotta fucking kill the thing myself.
Oh my god, don't do that. You don't want to end up in like Moroccan prison or something. That's crazy.
No, fuck no. You just give a Berber like $20, $20 American, that's gotta go a long way.
Yeah, that's probably a lot.
But no, in all honesty, like I think that's something that everybody should do if you do travel somewhere. Is try a bit of the weird local cuisine. You know what I mean?
No, but Arthur, you don't understand me. I tried one time. I was like I was at Highland Farms, and they're like, "Oh, you want to try this free sample of this pasta?" And I'm like, "Okay." And as I'm eating it, she told me it comes from some plant-based thing. It was so weird and rubbery. I literally spit it out in front of her. I can't eat weird foods. I'm just physically not able to.
Then there's definitely places you shouldn't go, because some places will look at that as like a huge sign of disrespect.
That's why I wouldn't even try it, because I don't want to insult people.
But no, fuck that. Do it. It's good. It's good. Fuck it. But I hope you guys do go. I hope you guys do go to Iceland.
Well, like I said, that's my bucket list has always been the Northern Lights. And I looked into Alaska, because I'd love to go to Alaska. And I looked into Yukon and Northwest Territories.
Yeah, but it's
more expensive.
Yeah, it's cheaper to go to Iceland.
Holy cow, it's so expensive.
I mean, kind of off topic, I guess, but Canada has the worst like flight prices in the world.
Yeah.
It's more expensive to fly within our own country. Like, again, so I'm looking at going, Portugal, Spain, Morocco, in and around that area. I can get a flight from Barcelona to Paris for $69 American.
It's crazy.
Or Canadian, sorry. You know what I mean? Where I can't even get a flight to Montreal, which is fucking like a 2-hour, 3-hour drive, depending on, how brave you are. And it's going to cost fucking close to, $1,000, $800 fucking dollars.
Yeah, no, it's insane. It's insane.
But yeah.
Okay, well, let's get on with our stories. Now we had our little personal talk, I guess. let's talk. Now, I teased this story a while ago, and we didn't get a chance to talk about it last week, and we didn't have our Monday show because I had to go get my car. So let's talk about the Lick Me Where I Fart. Remember that one, Ryan? Okay, so the story is about this Ontario teacher, Jennifer Elizabeth Green Johnson. Very long name. She's been found guilty of professional misconduct this week because of the way she spoke to her students, many times apparently. Things like calling a student a bloody pedophile.
Oh my.
Telling a student, I have never said this to a student before, but fuck you. I feel like if I was a teacher, I'd say that probably daily. Saying, why don't you lick me where I fart while talking to a student about a piece of gum? And then telling another
gum?
Yeah. Like, she's not even trying to molest these kids. Like, she's just like literally just a, kind of an asshole. Telling a student, it sounds like your ass cheeks are too close together. I guess they farted. I don't know.
What?
I don't know. And then another one, apparently, a student had joked her about buying her a muffin to get a passing grade. And the teacher said, you mean a bribe? I'd be able to shit for a week because of all that fiber. Like, she's just...
She's obsessed with poop.
Yeah. Sounds like it, eh?
Yeah.
I mean, good that she got charged, I guess. But I mean, how many kids do you think thought she was the cool teacher though because she used foul language, right? I mean, I think I would have. I think I'd be like, nah, man, that crazy bitch she's all right.
I would never have been bothered by a teacher swearing. I mean, in grade 9, I would have been scandalized, right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. By the time you got to grade 12, I would just be like, whatever, that teacher swears.
Fuck, because teachers were swearing when I was grade 4, grade 5. I mean, we were bad kids.
Telling you some of those stories about the lady who said she had
the fucking miscarriage.
I'd come and yell at you guys too and swear at you.
Yeah, but I mean, fuck, that's some heavy shit to lay on some fucking 12-year-olds.
That is
but
crazy.
I didn't know. I mean, I only knew about the whole fucking, lick me where I fart
comment. You didn't know the context.
I didn't know all that shit. That bitch sounds unhinged.
Now, I guarantee you this is the person this person or her parents are the ones who complained and got this teacher in trouble because she told a female student that she, quote, looked like a frumpy old lady.
I mean, you can't say that shit to kids. Come on. They're too fucking fragile. You can't.
Especially
kids. But you really can't. I mean, the truth is, okay, and I'm not trying to be a special snowflake kind of a thing. That's a little intense, though.
Yeah. That's something to say to the child.
What I'm saying? Yeah, you don't... I mean, I'll get, if you were 18 years old or whatever, who gives a flying fuck?
Yeah.
Not at... What grade is this?
We don't know. We don't know.
Well, I don't know.
Students, essentially, though. But I mean, like high
That's
school,
crazy.
and especially for a lot of girls, being told you don't look good is enough to send you into a deep depression. So having an adult basically say you look like an old lady literally could have ruined this poor person's, day, month, week, year. Who knows? If they had a mental illness, it could have been forever.
Yeah. Yeah. Fuck. I mean, it's... The teacher should never, bully, I guess, if you want to call it that, bully the fucking students. Because, trust me, if the chick looked fucking like a frumpy old lady, we would have been bullying her ourselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true enough. The teacher's supposed to be your ally and protect
you know what I mean?
Right?
Don't need the teacher to fucking join in with the bullies. We got this. Don't worry about it.
I'm reading in here, apparently one time some 2 students were roughhousing, as it were, and one jumped on the back of the other, and she said, so you like it from behind?
Yeah.
I kind of love this teacher.
Yeah, she got some laughs. She thought that's that was gonna make her the cool teacher. That's what I'm going with. That's what that fucking sounds like to me. And just complacency over the years. Now
she hasn't lost her job. I don't think. I mean, she may at some point, but she had her license suspended for 1 month. But she's still listed as a teacher there for now. So I guess we'll see what happens in the new year, in the new school year.
I mean, that's actually really not surprising to me. I mean, when I was young, when I was in grade school, 2 of the teachers had I can't say affair because neither of them were married, but they were dating, right? Yeah. And we ended up finding out that he hurt this fucking woman real bad. And yeah, same thing. He was just gone for a few months, half a year, and then he was just back teaching, and that's violence. You know what I mean? It's not words. That was legitimate fucking violence. And so I wouldn't be surprised if she like retains her job or just
yeah,
gets
and
a
I mean,
different job somewhere else.
Like I said, she wasn't having, as far as we know, wasn't doing
Yeah.
anything sexual to these students
Yeah.
physically. You know, in my grade, now I can't remember any high school stories, but in my grade school, we had, I mean, you asked your dad about Mr. Griffin. He was famous for throwing erasers at students in beanbags.
Yeah.
What?
I never had him as a teacher.
Yeah.
But you're talking about the 80s,
Oh my god, that's
right?
intense.
You weren't looking. He would throw a beanbag at you.
That's fucking hilarious.
Oh my god, that's intense.
That's fun.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, I remember I had the same teacher for grade 5 and grade 6, and he taught a split class every year. So he taught the grade 5s and the grade 6 both years. And we had a kid named Blair in the class, and he must have been behind a year or two at least, because he was a big kid to begin with, right? And I missed the morning class, and when I came back in afternoon, everybody was talking about how Blair and Mr. Cole got into a fight, and like a fist fight, and Mr. Cole, we were in the portable at the time, picked Blair up and threw him into the wall and like literally left a hole in the wall, like a dent
Good.
to the outside siding.
That's beyond. Like, you don't.
He didn't get fired. He didn't even get in trouble. He was back the next day
No,
teaching.
because back in those times, if a fucking kid squared up with an adult, it was the adult's responsibility to teach that little asshole why you don't fucking do that.
Yeah, this guy kind of, now I don't really want to say his name or anything,
Yeah.
but this is the guy that I was talking about, like, that has a biker fetish, and I know he's not listening. And, you know, like, I don't know what kind of an adult he turned into, but as a young adult, a teenager and such, he definitely was a thug.
Yeah.
Threatening teachers and stuff, yeah.
I went
Watch him be a lawyer now.
No, he's not. He still looks like a biker guy.
Oh, okay.
Well, I went to bad schools like my entire school career, I guess that's what you're supposed to call it. And yeah, I see that shit all the fucking time. Like, I've watched in high school, I watched the principal go to try to break up a fight between 4 dudes, and the one kid turned around and smacked him in the head with a fucking hockey stick. You know what I mean? Like, and the principal just got into it with them. Like, fuck it. Like, I'm gonna show you why. You know what I mean? Like, you just shut the fuck up and listen to me. But I mean, it'd probably be a lot less incidents in schools. You know, the amount of videos I see where kids are just kind of straight
that's
up
kind of
wild
like
out.
the thing when we were kids. I mean, there's always a kid that wasn't afraid.
Yeah.
I was scared to go to the office. I was scared to get the strap. I was not a bad kid. Like, honestly, at school, I was good. And I mean, I might have been a little mouthy, but I never really got in trouble. And that was the fear. I had to go to the principal's office one time, and I was shitting my pants, like, no joke. Kids today aren't afraid because adults can't do anything to them.
No, except, well, no, not even fucking talk shit to them.
Yeah.
Because this lady got suspended.
Yeah.
I don't know, fuck it. Like, fuck your delicate children. I don't even care. Like, I really don't. They're soft as fuck anyway. Like, I think we should all, like, just hold hands and go run our mouths at children more often.
Okay, so let's talk about this next one. This is more discipline. Why am I hearing all kinds of sound and volume and stuff? So there's a story about this Quebec dad. He has a 13-year-old. No, wait, let me see how old she is. A kid. I don't know, maybe 8 or 9, I want to say. 8-year-old. There she is. So he gave her Brussels sprouts for dinner. She didn't want to eat them. So they sat there for 13 hours. He didn't let her go to the bathroom. So she pissed or shit her pants, whichever it is. Sat there and sat there and sat. She finally ate them, vomited immediately onto her plate, and he then let her change and go to bed. Now he's been forced to do 4 months community service. But I mean, and the indignity too is after all that, the next morning after she ate her Brussels sprouts, the next morning he saved one and made her eat that one the next day too.
That's harsh as fuck. That's
that's extreme. Like, look, I remember my dad trying to. Now we didn't have much food to eat, and I at this age of my life, I understand why my dad tried to force me to eat the food because that's literally all there was. So I did not like chili. And he tried to make me eat it. And he told me he was going to make me eat it even if I threw it up and I'd have to eat it again. And he sat there and he tried. I wouldn't eat it. And I remember trying and, like, you know, gagging. And, you know, then he had to go. Thank God he had to go to work because then I didn't have to eat it. But, but I remember him trying to make us eat Spam. And I remember him trying to I don't like eggs, trying to make me eat boiled eggs. I don't like that stuff. So, and I'm stubborn. I won't eat that shit. So, 13 hours is excessive. And so basically the court is saying, like, you know, you have to provide sleep for your children. If it was a baby and we, tried to force our babies to eat for 13 hours and didn't let them sleep, or we left them in a dirty diaper for 13 hours, that would be considered neglect and abuse, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, he didn't lose this kid. He wasn't getting a jail sentence. 4 hours community service. Maybe he has to take a parenting class. It doesn't say that, but I think he should have. But,
not a parenting class. Did he go overboard with the fucking length of time? Yeah, but no, fuck that. You don't need a parenting class because you did like the age-old tradition of, no, fuck you, sit there and eat your food. I mean, my parents did it. You just said your parents did it. I'm sure like every single person on earth at one point in time had their fucking, you know what I mean?
I never made my kids because I remembered what happened to me.
Well, and that's fair. You did give your kids a lot more leeway because of, your own, whatever shit in your life. You know what I mean? But it still happened to you. It happened to me. I know it happened to my fucking sisters. I know it happened to my old lady. I mean, the length of time, like 13 hours is a little fucking rough, I guess.
Yeah.
But no, fuck that. I still applaud that shit. I mean, again, I hate people's kids all fucking ready. Like, I literally do. Like, I fucking hate almost everybody's fucking children. So, for you to discipline your kid and try to teach your kid, hey, like, no, you don't get to make the fucking rules, I'll always applaud that. Always applaud that. Because then I don't have to deal with your fucking little brats. Then at least they're little respectful fucking shits. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I don't have a problem with disciplining your kid. I don't know. I just think that, like, sometimes you overstep the boundary and become into emotional cruelty. Like I said, I remember so vividly that feeling.
Yeah.
It impacted me. And I didn't become a better behaved kid because of it.
But, I mean, again, though, it's the same fucking argument with every kid thing. What works for one doesn't necessarily work for the other. But it doesn't mean that you shouldn't fucking try it, just because something was traumatizing for you. Because you couldn't get over, and I'm not, referring to you yourself, Jacqueline, just, but something's traumatizing to you, so you're scared to use that tactic on your kid, which is a tactic that could have worked, but because of your own fears and insecurities, you're just going to ignore the fact that your kid's a cocksucker and everyone fucking hates it. You know what I mean?
No, I get that. Our rule was always you had to try a bite. So, like, if we had something, they had to try a bite. If they didn't like it, then I never made them eat it, And if I knew they didn't like it, that wasn't their meal. Like, I wouldn't make them. I never made them eat. If I like corn, and my son never really liked corn growing up, I wouldn't force him to eat corn. More corn for me. Yay.
It didn't work like that with me. I didn't like corn. They still made me eat it 4 fucking times a week. And it was the sit there and eat your fucking food, or else you get nothing. And, I'd rather have food than nothing.
But I think it's kind of traumatizing sometimes, though. And now, like you said, I agree with you on that part, Arthur, where sometimes, you just have nothing to eat. But I was literally abused with cauliflower. I mean, Jacqueline knows the story. I will not touch cauliflower to this day because I had a family member literally make this every day and make me eat it. I'll never forget. If I did not eat it, she would put me in the storage room with rats in it to freak me out. Like,
that's crossing a line.
Yeah, that's real abuse.
And that's the thing. I'm not agreeing with the length of time. I'm not agreeing with him making a little girl piss and or shit herself.
Bedtime. If your bedtime's at 10 or your bedtime's at 11, I would have no problem with that. Let the kid go to the bathroom, but yeah.
My point with this is really, I think that is a very effective form of discipline, one that really shouldn't fucking be traumatizing for a child. In all honesty, it's not violent. You know what I mean?
And a kid is going to live if they don't eat a meal with, exactly. I'm not going to eat this. You're going to live. That's fine. Don't go to bed hungry. That's fine.
But my whole thing with it, again, is because my own opinion on people's kids and how kids nowadays they don't understand that the adults make the rules. Yeah. And that's not even a callback to like being like, well, I had to when I was young, so you have to. No, it's just if kids made the fucking rules, I mean, we'd all eat gummy bears every fucking day, and it's just
end up with the diabetes.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't agree with the 14 or 13 hours of fucking doing that. That's
crazy.
Fucking on a different level.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I still applaud the dad for saying,
you know what?
Though,
honestly, if I was in a psychological struggle with my kids like that, I would have snapped and probably beat them. I would not have lasted 13 hours. They would have sat there till bedtime and then go to bed because I can't deal with you anymore. Good night. Because otherwise I'll strangle you in your sleep.
But even that though, it's funny to me. I guess not funny, but when I hear your story with how your father forcing you to eat the chili was traumatizing for you.
Yeah.
Where I had similar situations, and I cannot say that I'm traumatized by it. Like in the fucking least, there was zero trauma suffered.
Would you though, if you had a kid today though, would you force them to eat something they didn't like?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Especially if they're being assholes and they just won't fucking try it. Like, yeah, fuck you. I make the rules. I just won't have a child tell me fucking what's what. Like, in all honesty, especially like, you know, before you fucking try it.
Yeah, I agree. You have to try it, but
now again, I don't know. Was it mentioned whether or not he knew she didn't like them, or was she just being stubborn?
I don't know. It doesn't mention if they knew it was like a food she didn't like.
One of the times I can remember myself doing this same thing was because cartoons made me believe that broccoli was fucking disgusting. I had never eaten broccoli in my life, but I was just being defiant off of what fucking like The Simpsons or whatever it taught me. You know what? Dad made me sit there at the fucking table till I ate it. I eat broccoli like 3 times a fucking week. Have been since I was a kid. I love that shit. You know, but all because of some random influence and me being a kid and just being a complete fucking asshole.
That's probably why I don't eat anything, because everything's gross because that's what I think it is, right?
Yeah.
But that's why I didn't want my kids to be like me, so I made sure they tried everything. And to this day, they still try things. So
fucking right. I don't know. I mean, I still commend the dad. Like, good job. At least, I mean, it's just heartening for me to know that there are people out there that do care enough about their children.
Funny about this, I just have to tell you this. Let me read where it says here. His job is a junior college professor in special care counseling. I don't even know what that means, but like special care. I don't know. It just seems like he'd be like some bleeding liberal heart guy.
Yeah. But I mean, they got to take their hatred of the Nazis out somewhere.
Okay, so let's keep talking about some more food. And I'll just read the story to you.
Yeah.
So there's this guy. His name is now this is coming from Reddit. So take it for you will if it's a true story or not. Apparently, I did look at the pictures. There's pictures to back it up. Whatever. His name is Incredibly Shiny Shart.
Oh yeah, this is real.
And this guy had an accident and had to get his foot amputated. He wanted to keep his foot, so they let him. I didn't know you could just keep your amputated foot. Took it home, took some meat off of it, cooked it up, made tacos out of it, ate it, and gave it to some friends. Now, he didn't give it to his friends without them knowing it.
No.
They knew what they were getting into. But yeah, he ate his own foot flesh. Like,
yep.
Disgusting.
It's weird. Like, it is weird, but I mean, I'm not one to, like, I've never really wondered what human flesh tastes like. So you know what I mean? Like, that's one where it wouldn't get me to eat unless it was like fucking like literally live or die. But I get it. I understand. He was curious. And he procured the only legal human flesh that he could. Now, I mean, I read his Ask Me Anything, which is a Reddit thing they do where somebody, you know, someone with an extraordinary story goes on Reddit and they answer your questions live, because I was also in a lot of disbelief when I read this. I was like, fuck you, you didn't. It's legit. Like, this guy and his friends, he had a few like-minded individuals that were like, you know what, I'm kind of curious too. And they fucking apparently made some really tasty fucking foot tacos.
Oh my god!
Yeah, said the texture. From what I remember, they said the texture wasn't that appealing, but the taste isn't
chewy.
Yeah, the taste is not that bad.
Yeah, I think, what did he say it tasted like? A cross between veal and something, I think he said.
Oh god, don't describe it.
We cooked it with some peppers and some. I mean, it didn't look bad, honestly. No. Like, when I looked it in the pan, I'm like,
No, again, like it's to me, it's just as fucking gross as like when Scientologists eat the placenta. You know what I mean? It's fucking disgusting. Yeah. Like, I'm not condoning this at all, but I get it. And I mean, as weird as I find it, it's kind of intriguing in all honesty.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not a Catholic and you didn't kill somebody or steal a body.
Right? Like, and I mean, again, I'll applaud the follow through. Like, to honestly think about it and contemplate it is one thing. You know what I mean? But to literally be like, no, like something really bad happened to me and I have this ability to turn into this really weird once-in-a-lifetime scenario, like, I'm gonna go for it. And
I read in the comments, the funniest comments was like, do the calories count if you eat yourself?
Yeah.
That's funny, actually.
Well, it's true. Is a keto diet approved? But yeah, no, I mean, it was weird. It was definitely jarring when I first read it, and I'm still waiting on a confirmation. Because, I mean, even there's been a few of these kind of miraculous stories that have come out through Reddit, and after a while, they end up being disproven. Like the guy with the 2 working penises.
Yeah. Oh, he's been discredited.
It's all bullshit.
That makes me sad.
Right? Like again, like I was like, holy fuck, like what a world to live in where this is a possibility. No, he was literally fucking everybody.
Oh, I hate when people lie.
But yeah, no, as far as every indication shows about this, I mean, this guy's telling the truth. He literally ate a fucking piece of
well, I mean, he had the foot to back it up, so I don't know.
Stop.
Now, here's the question. If your friend, invited you, Arthur, would you?
There's a lot more questions than just that. What friend? What have you been doing for the last little while?
Okay, so if you knew it was clean meat that wasn't, tainted meat, remember Bob from Walking Dead, not tainted meat.
It still depends on what friend, because I have some friends that are such fucking assholes that you know what I mean. This would be a huge point of fucking ball breaking for the rest of my fucking life. So I'd have to take that into account as well.
But then you could be like, I shit you out. You were in my asshole.
Yeah, but then I got to deal with the whole how to feel having me in your mouth fucking jokes. You know what I mean? Like,
you know my meat was in your mouth, Arthur.
So many guys have said that to me before.
Yeah.
Literally had meat in his mouth.
But I think I might consider it. I honestly do. I think I might. Hey, fuck, you only live once. It's definitely a once in a lifetime experience. That.
What if you were addicted and you became a serial killer?
You better run away, Jacqueline.
Because my whole standpoint on murder not being cool, I don't really think we have a lot to worry about in that fucking. You know what I mean?
What if you got like some crazy, like maybe people don't know, but maybe once you eat human meat, it like changes something in your brain and you just become like murderous.
What?
Oh,
mad cow, but mad human.
Oh my god!
I don't know. I mean, people eat fugu if they're willing to risk their lives on that. I mean, fuck. I don't know.
I guess I don't need to ask Ryan, but Ryan, would you ever?
No. I mean, I do put meat in my mouth, but it's not edible.
It comes back out. It doesn't go all the way down.
That's what I'm saying, honey.
I don't think I would. I mean, like I said, up on a mountaintop, like at the movie Alive, probably.
But even that's last resort. You know what I mean? Like it's last fucking resort.
It's not the first thing. I'm gonna eat and blanket and shit like that before I can.
It's a really weird thought. Like it really is. Like it kind of opens up, like you asking me if I would do it. It opens a line of questioning that, like, in all honesty, you should never really have to face.
It's a huge taboo in life, right?
You know what I mean? Like there should never be a point in your life where you're questioned with, do I eat this human meat or not? Like that's not the life we fucking built for ourselves.
But we're in 2018, man, and life is freaking turned upside down.
Yeah, everything's fuckity, right? I mean, who knows? Maybe soon enough. Well, actually, no, it can't work. You could never have ethically taken fucking human meat as long as people still protest abortion and stem cells. So it's not like it would ever,
even lab-grown human cells would be.
It'd be some kind of fucking religious taboo to somebody.
Though. You could send like cannibal tribes in like Papua New Guinea could like,
It's not new. I've known for years about this like online cannibal culture where people have literally met up with one another and like sacrifice bits of their fingers.
Yeah, like
arms.
they cut off like a little piece of their
and they have like flesh tasting parties and shit like
that.
Yeah,
I've heard of that.
It's a lot bigger than what most of us would think. What those people do is illegal though.
Yes.
Right, because there's got to be a weird loophole. I don't necessarily know what it is, but it's got to be something about, it has to be taken medically. You know what I mean? Because we can't just have people going around.
Chop off his own foot.
Yeah, he didn't just carve off his own foot because he was fucking curious. Again, the opportunity arose for something once in a lifetime that's very taboo and very weird, and they had the kind of interest, and the stars aligned. But
you know what's weird? Double penetration. This is not weird. This is just fucking like out of this fucking world. Okay, that's not fucking weird.
Okay, yeah, I guess I
can
concede
that. But Ryan, like that seems crazy to us, right? And it does. It seems absolutely crazy to me.
Fucking batshit.
But I mean, cannibalism has been happening for a long time, even in your own country. I'm sure there's cannibals back in the day.
Bitch, let me tell you, I get as cannibal as they get. I be doing things to penises that people cannot imagine. But I will not be chewing it off and going in my fucking
I'm
mouth.
sure there was Native Americans that were cannibals. I know there's South African tribes. We know there's African tribes.
Good for them, and I'm happy for them.
Ritualistic cannibalism is completely different than this, though. Like ritualistic cannibalism was, again, it's kind of like prison rape. It was more about dominance than it was, excuse me, like a macabre fucking.
Yeah, you're taking their power.
You know what I mean? Yeah, it was a.
But some, I don't know the specific place, but some places would eat their dead. So like when Grandpa died.
Yeah,
they would eat Grandpa. Yeah.
I don't know. Human beings are fucking weird. Like we're weird.
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
And we are scavengers. Like we are kind of evolutionary fucking made to eat rotten fucking flesh. So, I mean, fuck it.
I mean, granted, I'd be putting raw flesh in my mouth too. You know what I mean? But I mean, not in that sense, I guess.
Okay, so let's talk about this. I guess it might be the first in the case in Canada for sure. Maybe, I don't know. St. John, Newfoundland, a family court of some court just have decided. Or recognize that 3 unmarried adults that are in a polygamous relationship, like a polyamorous, not polygamous, right? Polyamorous. Polyamorous is like there's no marriage.
Yeah.
Right. They had a child. They don't know who it's 2 men and a woman. They don't know who the actual father is, but they're all the parents of this child, and the court ruled that they can be.
Fucking A.
Yeah, I think that's wonderful. I mean, it's not the same sort of families like we used to have. Times are changing.
Is the kid gonna grow up happy and healthy in a loving home? Then I don't give a shit.
Sounds like it.
Then I don't give a shit.
Sounds like it to me.
If you could fucking get fucking trained circus seals to raise a human child in a loving and nurturing home that, you know, promotes fucking intelligent growth, I don't give a shit. Like, I seen so much fucking hatred towards this story when I first read it, and I was so fucking appalled by it. It's no different than the idiots fucking protesting gay men fucking raising a kid. Because remember, it's always gay men. No one cares if it's fucking lesbians.
Not Adam and Steve.
But again, they never care if it's fucking lesbians. It's always gay men that they get fucking riled up about. And
because
it was the same kind of hate.
Sickos that are self-loathing, probably closet cases, all think that they're gonna, 2 gay guys can't be around a child. They're gonna be sicko perverts and molest them, right? That's what everybody believes.
And this, a lot of the shit I was reading, a lot of the comments I seen of people that were anti this, those are the exact same things. Oh, well, now your kid's gonna grow up to be a sex pervert. What? Like, what? Are you fucking kidding me? You're telling me that people that grew up in a fucking normal, straight fucking home never turned out to be pedophiles or fucking rapists or anything like that?
Yeah,
like,
all kinds. You can be in a nuclear family and grow up to be the worst person in society. It happens all the time.
I fucking hate people. And again, I will guarantee that every single person that fucking disagrees with this is a pro-life individual.
Oh,
you know what I mean? That believes that every life is fucking precious. They definitely don't want to fucking take care of them, but they definitely think that only these types of people should take care of them. Like, fuck out of here. You know?
And you go back. Okay, so granted, for a long time we've had, religion playing. How families should be structured. Yeah. But I'm sure if you went back to tribal times, we had these quote untraditional type families where it was more fluid about who was who with who, and what, there wasn't labels on everything, and not everybody had to be married. I think it's beautiful if 3 people are in love and they want to raise a family and keep the family happy. I just want to know what's going to happen on the birth certificate.
Well, I mean, obviously only 2 can. Well, I mean, I guess not. I guess this changes the whole thing, because I was going to say only 2 people would be able to.
That's how they're all set up. Yeah.
Right. But if all 3 of these people are all claiming responsibility, then I believe all 3 of them should have every right to sign the birth certificate.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I mean, no, it's that old saying, it takes a village to raise a child. I mean, that shit's not a lie.
Oh.
There's definitely multiple fucking parent situations in the past, and I don't know. It's just it's stupid to me that people care so fucking much that this child's gonna grow up in a home that fucking loves it. You know what I mean?
Even more parents to help them and to nurture them and to keep them safe, or to raise them up to be outstanding citizens.
Right, and it's not even like having a 3rd parent is an unfair advantage.
Yeah.
It's just fucking dumb. People are so. I mean, I've said it before. They're so scared of change. They want to hold on to to how they know and how they perceive the world, and they are not willing to fucking let it go.
Yeah, so apparently in 2007, so this has happened sort of before, but not in this way. So in 2007, a lesbian couple and their biological father were all deemed parents in that case, but they weren't in a throuple, polyamorous thing. So this is a case where this is an actual 3 for family, right?
Yeah.
And it's not a forced polygamy of child brides or anything like that. You're talking about 3 adults that are all willing to be. Nobody's being forced.
Well, and it's completely legal. Polyamory is legal. There's nothing against polyamory. No, polygamy 100%. is illegal, which again I think is stupid, because I don't give a fuck about your God, and I don't give a shit if your God thinks that you can't be married to more than one woman. Like, you know what I mean? Fuck you.
I'm actually not a hater of polygamy. As long as I said, like, it's not forced.
Yeah, or and like it's children and
not child brides or child husbands, any of that weird shit. Everybody should be an adult. They should know what they're going into. There's no secret marriages on the side. Everybody's known and open to it.
But yeah, no. And again, like,
I wouldn't do it, but I can get why people would. Let them.
Almost everything I seen about it had nothing to do with the relationship, really, in it all on its own. It was more just people fear mongering about this kid and how this kid is going to now be, again, and I seen someone say this, a sex pervert. Like, I can't even believe somebody fucking speaks like that. You know what I mean? To call someone a sex pervert. Like, the word pervert explicitly says that they're into fucking something sexual, you moron.
These are the same people that think if they learn about the 6 genders. And I mean, honestly, I don't know what the 6 genders are. Maybe I should take the course,
male,
the
sex and mental
course.
Illness.
I'm not going to agree with that. But I'm just saying that, these are the same people who think that learning about sex education in school are going to make you go out and whore around and get pregnant and have 65 kids.
Yeah. What it probably will do is teach your kid, like, hey, maybe I probably shouldn't have sex with this fucking idiot. Yeah. He's definitely not going to be around for the kid.
And it's teaching him about sexting. Like, that's a big danger. Kids are sexting at like 9 years old.
Oh, fuck. That's crazy.
It is. Let's empower our kids. The more, look, I had a sex education and I was in school. It wasn't super intensive, but it was enough that I knew, and I had sex education on the streets from my family.
Yeah.
It was enough to know that I wasn't going to go out there and do anything unprotected.
No, again, the whole thing's dumb.
Yeah. But I kind of like this, and I'm going to look forward to more of these, polyamorous families being able to come public.
Yeah.
Because to some degree, it's still, unless you're in like the community or whatever, this is, people look at this as like shameful, and it's not.
No, it's no one's business. Like,
it's not.
Who one loves, or, the people one wants to love, or even fucking, be intimate with is of no one's fucking concern except for the people involved.
Exactly.
And it's really fucking disgusting. Not even disgusting, just, just insane that so many people take so much fucking weight in what other people do. Like, it's not affecting you.
Especially what they're doing in their own house behind their own doors.
You know what I mean? Like, oh my God, you don't want to see people 3 people holding hands walk down the street? Like, well, that's stupid as shit, and they can do it.
Oh, then don't go to India, because straight men in India walk around holding hands all the freaking time.
Yeah, but
it's not a gay thing. It's just because it's just their culture.
That's how. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. It's just dumb.
Yeah,
there was a lot of flack, though. I seen a lot of fucking hatred towards these people.
I actually didn't read a lot of the comments because I thought I didn't want to get into a war.
I wasn't gonna open my mouth on that. You know what I mean? Like, there's no point. Once somebody uses a book,
you're not gonna change them.
Exactly, right? Like, it's no different than how people would use the select passages in the Bible that supported slavery, and would not listen to the ones that completely disavow it. You know what I mean? Like, it's no fucking different. There's nothing you can do for these idiots. We just have to let them fucking die out.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've ever since that that Girl Scout story where they're forcing the Boy Scouts to allow girls. I've said this a lot, that yes, we shouldn't be happy with the status quo, but we shouldn't be trying to force shit into it. You know what I mean? We should be creating new institutions and letting the old ones fall on their face. And that level of thinking, to me, is a big
letting
one.
the dinosaurs die out.
Exactly. Just let them have their say, whatever. Ignore them. Let them fucking die. Like,
yeah, because you're right, kind of, thinking about, I thought about that afterwards for a while. I thought, Arthur's right, because if you make new organizations that are more interesting, more attractive, People to stop joining the Boy
People
Scouts.
exactly.
Yeah.
Right?
You know, can I just to piggyback off of that?
Yeah.
Sure.
I said this to my own mother. I have no shame saying this. And for anybody who's gonna judge me, kiss my fucking pussy. Honest to God, that kind of generation will die out, and when you do,
Yeah.
can't wait. Cannot wait.
Oh, absolutely. No offense to the baby boomers, and I do give them a lot of respect for the work ethic that they instilled into a lot of people, and
The problem, they're the ones that created the problems that we have now.
But exactly,
I mean, they did a lot of good, but they did a lot of bad.
Oh, they did an absolute shit ton of bad, but the generation before them taught them that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's always been this natural progression where where again we create something new and we let the old die off. Where right now, I think because we're living longer, we're staying healthier longer. The baby boomers aren't fucking passing away as quickly as we need them to.
Yeah.
So we're still hearing their old bullshit where it's like, no, that doesn't gel with the new world. Like, I'm sorry, it doesn't. And the world's about progression. If we just stayed in one fucking spot, I mean, we'd still be in the goddamn Christian or Catholic Dark Ages. You know what I mean?
Well, it's kind of sad. Like the baby boomers with the generation of the American civil rights, and they're still so stuck in like
civil rights to a point.
Yeah,
like, you guys can be equal, but I don't want you living.
But not equal.
Right? Exactly. We can be equal, but I want you working with me equal.
Yeah.
It's when the bathroom bill, I guess that's what it's to be called, was first floating around. Right, equal bathrooms, or people can piss wherever the fuck they want thing, and people can say, "Oh, well, that's not how I was raised," and blah blah blah. And I'm like, well, yeah, the old people had it wrong, and this is the way the world's going to go. And it's well, that's just fucking ignorant because they built this and they built that. And I'm like, yeah, and they also fucking segregated us. Like, no, I don't fucking care.
They built that country off the backs of the people they stole from their country, and do
I fucking do I look at like the achievements of that generation at like Normandy and shit like that? Absolutely.
100%.
Oh, excuse me. And I'll give you all the respect in the world for that.
Yes.
But you still came home a bunch of fucking racists, so no. Yeah. You know what I mean? You kind of lose me there. You still came home a little too anti anything other than straight. You know what I mean? I'm not that fucking cool with that. You came home just hating everything that wasn't you. No, I'm not fucking cool with that.
Bread.
But what did we do? We just, we just moved on. Like if society moves on, we'll get to a point where this case here isn't even something that we have to be proud of or talk about, because it's like, well, 11 people want to raise their fucking kid. Like, who cares? That's what you're supposed to do.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. They're doing what they're supposed to do. They're raising their family.
Part of the problem is that they'd rather have the kids in fucking cages, parents.
Yeah.
This is what they really want. And no, I'm not trying to start some shit, but this is what you would rather.
Look, I agree. You're talking about the immigration. I agree that people shouldn't be coming illegally into countries.
Yeah.
But if you're taking the children and sending the parents home, what in the fuck are you doing?
Well,
Send the kids home with the parents.
Right.
Go back.
That makes no sense. All that shit, like, fuck.
That's
man.
Emotional warfare to get the Democrats to build a wall.
Yeah,
that's all it is.
It probably is, but I mean, it's still. I do not understand how somebody has not stood up in the UN and been like, "What the fuck is going on here?"
Apparently, somebody said today that they shouldn't be doing that. I can't remember his name, but it was somebody from the UN.
Good, because I mean, this is the shit.
Yeah.
If this was fucking happening, if this exact scenario was happening in a place like, let's say, fucking Dubai, a place with a lot of American expats, and they said, you know what, fuck it, we're gonna move to Wahhabism. You guys don't fucking gel with it. You're now here illegally. We're caging you. There will be boots on the ground within a fucking week.
Yeah.
But the world is watching this fucking monster throw children in cages with not even a fucking cot to sleep on, and we're just like, oh.
2-year-old children are separated from their parents, and they're living with. I mean, who's watching these kids?
Can I just bring this to light? A conversation that Arthur, you, and I had off the air. This is not conservatism.
Oh, fuck.
This is not conservatism.
No.
This got me so angry when I read this at work. This is not the idea of conservatism. This is not the law of the land. This is not how we function.
No.
This
That's
is not
not
the
even
representation.
humans. Like, we don't do that.
We don't do that. This is inhumane. You mean to tell me that Juicy from Fox News said that these are not cages? Yes, They are. Those are the same cages that we use at ASPCA.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, if somebody fucking looks at, and that's the other thing too, like with how fucking hoorah the conservatives, at least these faux conservatives, you know, how patriotic they came to be, like, so you're going to tell me that those don't look exactly like the Japanese internment camps? You know what I mean? You're going to tell me that those don't look like the fucking concentration camps you guys used to have? Fuck you. Like, you're this asshole. And I mean, I've been trying to fight this for a while, and I haven't want to, you know what I mean? Like, I've really been trying to fight saying this, but this motherfucker is moving to straight fascist fucking territory.
It's so scary.
It's taken a lot for me to get to the point where I'm willing to say that, like, publicly.
Yeah.
Like, in all honesty, because I don't think the word fascism is one that should be fucking thrown around as lightly as it has been. Like, that's some serious fucking shit. But this is nuts. Like, this is
I just don't get it. Like, you know, like, I 100% support sending people home. Look, the people that come illegally into Canada, send them home. If they don't qualify for refugee status, send them home. I have no problem with it. You don't take children and keep them. Why are we kidnapping their children and keeping them in dog cages?
It makes no fucking sense. Like, it literally makes no sense except for bargaining chips.
And then we remember that they already lost 1,700 kids. They don't know where they are.
Yeah. Yeah, but now after seeing all this shit, that makes me not believe that in the fucking least. It makes me think that, I mean, the little bit of conspiracist in me makes me think that they know where they are. They're just not telling us where they fucking are.
That's a very good possibility.
You know, I don't want to think that something like that nefarious is going down, but I mean, come on, we're caging fucking children.
The part of the problem too is, though, this is the beginning.
Yep.
The ending is that we don't even reunite them with a family ever. It's to hell with these kids. This is not how we conduct the government. This is not how we do this.
Not knowing where your child is. Like, I mean, I don't care if you want to blame the parents, but you shouldn't have tried that. Whatever. They shouldn't have tried it. Okay, 100%. They shouldn't have tried it. Does that mean they deserve to have their kids taken away? Their only law was trying to get to, or only breaking of law was trying to get to a better life. They didn't kill anybody. They're not monsters. They don't deserve to have their children taken from them.
I mean, is it not a Christian kind of saying that a son should not be paid, or a son should not be punished for the sins of his father? Is that not a thing in the Bible? So how the fuck are these people supporting this?
But this is what Bishop Dolan, the Catholic Church, the New York Catholic Church bishop, had said, Arthur. This is just unbiblical. Like, we are,
it is,
as a person, as a person who's like extreme, I don't want to say completely devout, but very religious here. This is just beyond my comprehension skills. You are the party. The GOP is the party that preaches this and that and God this and don't get abortions. You were the same motherfuckers, the same people who cheat on your fucking wives and cage children. Are you fucking kidding me?
And you got that Jeff fucking Sessions quoting the Bible and saying this verse in the Bible justifies what we're doing.
Yeah, and which again, a little bit of a callback is one of the passages they use to justify fucking slavery in the South. Which again, I'm sorry, the Americans, you guys are on fucking thin ice right now. And as a people, like
Jefferson, Beauregard, Sessions.
Yeah.
He's not that far from his granddaddy owned slaves, I'm sure, as old as he is.
Yeah. But I'm sorry, you know, it's marching in the streets is not enough right now. Like, it's not this.
They need to go to these detention centers and tear down the cages and free these kids.
A lot of people like to wave the Constitution around. You know, I'm pretty sure there's a few things in there that would justify you from helping these children out. I'm pretty sure that they're, you know, the only real ones suffering any type of fucking tyranny currently. Yeah. Like, this is fucked.
I did see that people tried to get into the New Jersey and New York detention centers. They weren't able to get in. But I mean, some people are trying at least. We need larger groups of people, and they just need to go there and be like, no, we're not going to stop, and we're going to tear down these walls.
I mean,
where are the lawyers? Where are the people questioning the laws?
Well, they're not getting access to these kids. That's the problem.
No. Where are the people? We need an emergency.
Yeah. Like the freaking Scottish get together and be like, do something. This is sick.
This is beyond my comprehension skills. I tell you, I am able to at least see the other side's perspective. I hope you guys agree with me on that. But this, I cannot. There's no justification for this.
Zero justification.
Disgusting.
We have senators and congressmen that or women that will stay on the floor all night trying to fight for abortion rights or trying to change healthcare laws. Why isn't anybody? I mean, are they not in session and that's why nobody gives a shit right now? I have no idea if you guys are in session. Why aren't they on the floor trying to do something?
I just don't understand. I do not understand how anybody could be cool with that.
And I just don't get how these American governments are allowed to just take children.
No, again, like even the pretext of well they're here illegally. Like go fuck yourself. Like go fuck yourself. No, that you don't get the right to throw people into essentially concentration camps.
Who's protecting these kids?
You don't.
Like who's making sure these kids are safe? Like you've got all different size, age, and genders in cages together. Who's protecting these kids? And I just read a story about a freaking border security guy who's been molesting a little 4-year-old girl for years and blackmailing her mother into not telling.
Well, they don't care because the skin color of said children are not ones that these people are trained to give.
But imagine she's 4 years old and she's been molested for years.
Yeah,
I have to say this to you though, Arthur, and I think you're about to scold me very badly when I say this. I so disagree with you on that.
Yeah,
I do. Yes, I'm sorry. Like this is the one time I will say that I so disagree with you on the skin color thing for that.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yes. I don't think it's even about that as much as we're just abusing the power. Absolutely, I promise.
I could see if it was a bunch of white kids in there, there'd be a lot more fucking hubbub.
Oh yeah, if you had a bunch of Polish refugees,
right?
And they took all the little white, blue-eyed, blonde-haired children with their big tears dripping down their faces, you don't think more people would be doing something?
Not even. I just think I would hear more dissent.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. I agree with you on that. But no, I was just specifically talking about his reaction to the thing that you said.
Oh, but, okay.
Yeah, no, not in the whole big picture. Absolutely. You guys know I'm in agreement with you on that. But that specific thing, I don't necessarily think it's on that note. It's just the skin color. But this is just, I can't, I'm sorry, I can't explain it. I can't explain why I'm so mad. I was heated. I was heated all the way home. Of course. Because I could not explain to myself, how do you tell your niece, your nephew, your child, your sister, whomever it is, this is what's going on. We are putting kids in cages that we put ASPCA dogs in.
Yeah.
The same material, the same compound that we use. It's the same exact thing. That is what we're doing to children.
Yeah. And they're going to start making tent cities.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely fucking crazy. And I mean, if this shit happened anywhere else in the fucking world,
we'd be up in arms.
We would be up in arms. Yeah. And that to me is the most disturbing part about it.
Well, when the bastion of freedom, America is the bastion of freedom, is one step away from child exploitation because we don't know what's going to happen to these kids.
No.
When you take children without their parents' permission, you've kidnapped the children, and you're literally one step away from child exploitation. Yeah. We don't know what's going to happen. What the hell is going on in this world?
Yeah. Again, how the fuck how is the UN not stepping in? I mean, for fuck's sakes, when they found out that Iran had a fucking centrifuge, it took 3 fucking days for an entire fucking group of people from the UN to force themselves into fucking Iran to make sure that shit was fucking on the level. But yet the US can fucking have kids in a concentration camp and they're a strongly written fucking letter? Like, fuck out of here. This is not something that people should be standing by and doing nothing. I mean, unfortunately, like I get the feeling that there might not be a lot one can do, and it's fair. There really isn't. I mean, an individual.
Maybe it's time for the world to put some embargoes and sanctions on America.
I feel so bad for saying this, but Arthur, I am in so much agreement with you on that statement you said, because now I can finally get to say, as an adult, a 28-year-old man that I am, I don't think there's much we can do anymore.
No, I really don't.
There's just nothing we can do.
Well, people can't invade America and free the kids. It's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. Like, this is just nuts. We have turned this man, this weird man that he is, with a skunk on his head that he has dyed orange. We have turned him into a monster.
Yep.
All of you should be disgusted with yourselves. The ones who, my friends, my friends, the ones that voted for this man and said, because people are trying to take away our guns, this is what you voted into office.
Yeah.
This
He's a businessman. He'll help with the business, right? That's what people thought.
Yeah.
Bill Maher made a good point, and I didn't even really think about it until he said it on Friday night. He said, at the beginning, a lot of us thought he didn't like it and he was unhappy and he wasn't, he wouldn't run again. He's loving it now.
Oh yeah.
He's loving it, and he's not gonna go without a fight.
Oh, because he's finally winning. He's finally winning. Although what he's won is literally like the most bullshit prize you could win. You know what I mean? Like, he's won the fucking Adolf Hitler seal of fucking approval. Yeah. But again, it hurts me fucking saying this because I do not like throwing the fucking term fascist
calling
around.
Somebody and Nazi or whatever.
I don't like it. I think it's fucking so immoral of us to do that. But you cannot fucking tell me that this is anything other than fascism.
No.
Like, you can't. And me being the skeptic I am, it took a lot for me to fucking to be saying this.
Yeah.
But it's true. There's no other fucking way you can explain this.
Yeah.
He's putting people in fucking camps. Like, literal fucking camps.
Really, and it's the whole thing. When they came for my neighbor, I said nothing. When they came for the Jews, I said nothing.
You know? I thought this was a possibility, like, kind of in the back of my head once I didn't hear any real uproar about the Chechen concentration camps that are still currently going on with pretty much every fucking gay man, again, only gay men in that fucking country. But there was no real uproar, and I was like, well, what the fuck? Like, I mean, for fuck's sakes, 11 million of us died the last time this shit fucking happened. You know what I mean? What the fuck are we doing?
Oh, wow. That's deep. That's so deep.
Yeah.
You know, but it's the truth. Like, 11 million of like, our fucking countrymen decided to give their fucking lives up to be like, hey, fuck you. No. This is not fucking cool.
I thought that it was not illegal for someone to seek out refuge. It was the one thing that all countries that were a part of the UN agreed on.
Yeah.
This is all agreed on the UN.
The thing. These people are coming and asking for refuge. They're not sneaking in. These aren't aliens. These aren't illegals. These are refuge-seeking people. They haven't broken the law.
No, it's insane.
Not yet. Let me be fair. Let me be very fair on this. This is the conservatism coming out. They have not broken the law yet. I agree with that 100%. Absolutely, they have not broken the law yet. But let's not be so quick on sending people back until we hear the cases. This archaic law that they want to pass, this pseudo immigration reform that they're trying to do, bullshit. Read it. Read the whole summary of what this was. This is BS. No one wants to fix the actual problem.
Nope.
Unless you get it your way. There's no other way.
Yeah.
Well, I just keep trying to think to myself, like, not to justify it, but to just kind of make some fucking sense. And I keep thinking, how can somebody profit off of this? With him, it's the only thing that really seems to really matter. Is where's the bottom line? And I cannot for the life of me think of any bottom line that you can get out of fucking indentured servitude. And I only say that because I do not want to say the fucking slavery term in regards to this, but literally, is that the plan? Are these now slaves of the state? Like, what is?
I really think they're holding them hostage till Democrats will help concede and give them the money for the wall.
Which does make a lot of fucking sense, but I mean, that is so fucking insane.
Yeah. Well, that's what he keeps saying, that this is the Democratic fault, that they made this problem. If they just worked together, this would go away. He keeps saying that.
Yeah, that's. I mean, again, I know I'm not supposed to wish death or anything like that, but I mean, if somebody fucking took this guy out, like, and I don't want to see it. Like, I don't ever want to live in a world where the president was just fucking assassinated, because that changes the game a bit. But I mean, I could fucking really see somebody
keep sending them Burger King coupons and. It's, you know what? I don't believe in a heaven or a hell, but like that Navarro guy said, there's a very special place in hell for this guy.
I just have to say to all the people right now, this is what we've created. That's it.
Well, not Arthur and I.
No.
Because we didn't.
No, but I think everybody. Well, not. Okay, I'll be fair on that. We're kind of a lot of people tend to think that maybe I'll just give this short. I know we're over time, but like this short explanation about, you know, like how we do the podcast. Maybe some people think that we kind of just say things just to be a little bit crazy, or to be a little like, oh wow, they're out there. Let me tell you, I cannot. No one can make this up. Like this is not wow. I want George Bush back.
Yeah.
That is how bad it is.
I know.
George Bush back.
Right?
Yeah.
Let him
Nixon,
bomb the other countries.
Take Nixon. Take freaking.
The good old days of fucking George W. Like,
Yeah.
you know we're fucked.
Man. Strategery.
You know we are fucked when we are reminiscing about
Yeah.
George W. fucking Bush. Like, come on.
Yeah.
But it's fucking so true. Like,
I'd take Dick Cheney.
yeah.
Jesus, you know?
I mean, shit, and all he did was murder somebody while he
Yeah,
was
shoot
vice
somebody in
president.
the face. Yeah.
I'll take Reagan.
Yeah.
Dig him
Oh my
up.
God! And honest to God, I mean, Arthur kind of knows why that to me is like the most extreme statement to make.
Yeah, I'd
I'll
say.
take Reagan.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
If that is how terrible this is, I'll take Reagan.
It does say a lot, and I mean, especially
Yeah.
somebody who is, openly gay, to say like, I'd rather have, fucking Ronald Reagan
As the fucking president
Oh,
of the United States
shit.
over this. Are you kidding me? Like, I can't even. What's the point of being openly? What's the point of DOMA being repealed? What's the point of anything right now? Because every single thing, if you are not, I'm sorry that I'm bringing race into this, if you are not Caucasian,
Yep.
Your rights are questioned. Like, it's a question mark right now. If you are not that and actually, let me be fair, Caucasian male. If you are not a Caucasian male, your rights are questioned. Because as a woman, we all know what just happened in, was it Virginia that just passed that abortion law? It's nuts. You know what I mean? Like, we're going back into a time again where I can't even describe this. The fringe has become, Sarah Palin, you are the starter of this. I hope you burn in fucking hell, you dumb bitch. Like, come on. So angry. I can't even put into words what I'm trying to say.
I get it, man.
It angers me.
It's a angering situation. It's a terrifying situation. If we're not emotionally affected, what's going on? You should be.
You should be. Absolutely. You should be.
This, again, what's going on right now in the U.S. is something that hasn't been seen since World War II with the Japanese internment camps. And the treatment of the Japanese then was fucking absolutely abhorrent. And I'm scared. Like, I am. I don't want to see that shit. Like, I don't.
At least we didn't separate, or I shouldn't say we. At least the families weren't separated in the Japanese internment camps, and they didn't make children defend for themselves.
Yeah, but the gleeful torture and shit like that, and that's more or less what I'm getting at, is I do not want to live literally next door to a country that is, you know what I mean, that's drawing pleasure off of fucking hurting people.
Yeah,
like,
it's
and it obviously didn't start that way with the Japanese internment camps, but it ended that fucking way.
Yeah.
And I mean, this may just be the beginning of,
I honestly think that the G7 leaders need to say something.
Yeah.
Because we have to condemn this kind of behavior.
They need to stop pussyfooting around it, and they need to come out openly say this is not acceptable.
Laura Bush, who has not spoken in God knows how long and does not talk about politics, went above and beyond to write a piece.
Yeah.
Jeb Bush, who has stayed quiet, by the way, has said something. A lot of people have stayed so quiet for such a long time, are coming out to say something. Even his own wife is disagreeing with him. My God. Like, where do you stop? Where does it stop for you? When do we get to say, this is enough?
It's true. Like, when's the curtain get removed and it was just like, it was just a joke. We were just fucking with you. It was a hologram. You know what I mean? Because, like, it doesn't, this isn't real. You know what I mean? Like, this shit shouldn't be fucking real. This is not something that should exist in this fucking reality.
Like, we're not talking about some, like, little small country overseas that had a coup and a horrible dictator came in. We're talking about a country where a president was elected, and
this isn't fucking China. Why the fuck are we acting like the goddamn Chinese? I understand that we're giving them some fucking leeway, but what the fuck? And that to me is more what it is. This is like this is how the Chinese fucking treat their people.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck.
And this is some real heavy shit. This is as heavy as what's happening to the Rohingyas over there in Myanmar, Bhutan.
Yep.
This is as heavy as what's going on in. Sorry, this is what's as heavy as what's going on in the Philippines, in the south, where they're kind of having this kind of civil war that's going on. This is what's happening in Crimea. This is the nuts part. We're not talking about, like Jacqueline and Arthur keep saying, some small hole-in-the-wall country that we maybe never have heard of before.
Yep.
We're talking about a country that is the leader of progression, supposedly.
Supposedly.
Not anymore.
No.
Not anymore.
And that to me has to be the worst part for any American, is the fact that this one fucking individual has taken you guys from a standing of admiration to just absolute disgust. Now, I'm not saying that I am disgusted in the American people. Not the
people. No.
Not on the whole. But I am very disgusted with a lot of people who have their heads buried in the fucking sand right now and are too embarrassed to speak out against this shit.
That won't say anything either.
You know, all because you threw your fucking support behind this fucking idiot in the past does not mean you have to support every fucking bad decision.
Exactly.
This is a bad fucking decision. Exactly. This is a bad fucking decision.
Yeah.
And no, we should not accept this to be real. We should not ever allow anyone to treat another fucking...
The last time you guys followed somebody like that was a king, and you guys said enough is enough, and you threw off the shackles of your servitude and became your own country. You can do it again, people.
Yeah, but no, can't, because, I mean, the people are too spiteful.
Yeah, they can't admit they're wrong.
Exactly.
Well, let's end the show at that, because we went over and it made me angry now thinking about that. But maybe we'll have some better news on Wednesday's show. Thanks for listening. We'll be back Wednesday at 6:30. Have a great couple of days. Bye.
Take care.